how's it going? Thanks for coming back to my channel. So I'm back with another Plan With Me video. I really love doing these videos with you guys because it kind of holds me accountable for making my spreads every month. If you saw my last video, I do kind of like a 2 journal system or 2 planner system, and so sometimes I kind of forget to pay attention to my bullet journal because it's easy to just kind of go in with a preset planner, but I really love doodling and I love paying attention to my bullet journal. So it's nice to kind of do these monthly Plan With Me videos with you guys to kind of get back in the swing of things. So this month, sorry, I'm kind of getting over a cold, so my throat's a little raspy. But this month I wanted to focus on the artwork, and because it's kind of busy, I didn't want to do a lot of color. So I focused mostly just on my pen work. You'll see later on that I do add a little bit of color, but not very much. And so I was looking at mandalas and I was really inspired by that. So I wanted to kind of create artwork similar to that sort of look. I have like this adult artist coloring book that also has artwork kind of like this, and I was really feeling that vibe, so I thought I would just kind of continue it on with my spread and see kind of what organically happened from there. You can kind of notice that there's pencil marks because I didn't want to go in this with like no idea of what I was doing. So all the detail work is something that I just kind of made as I went, but the main chunks of the artwork I did lay out in pencil first because I felt like that would kind of ease the stress a little bit. And when you're putting pen to paper, you kind of don't, you're worried you might mess up. So I did go outside the lines a bit, and I kind of changed it up as I went when I felt like it needed a little bit of changing, but for the most part I stuck with kind of my preset designs. I really liked how the wording for November came out. That was something that I just used my Micron fine liner for, and I added these little like wisps at the end, and I continued that kind of lettering style throughout my monthly spread. It's very simple, but I really like how it came out and how it looked. So once I was done with all of this, I made sure to erase all of my pencil lines because obviously I didn't want to have that on there. But all in all, I'm really happy with how the cover turned out. And this eraser I have had forever, so I don't even know where I got it from. But anyways, next we go into the monthly calendar, and this month I actually wanted to make the calendar a bit smaller. I like having it because I like being able to do a quick reference on the days of the week and dates of the month and whatnot, but I felt like the one that I had last month was so big that I didn't really need all that space because I don't really put all of my events in this calendar necessarily. So I really just use this for frame of reference and just to kind of have a calendar on there. So it is a lot smaller. And for the headers, I originally wrote all the full names in pencil, but I kind of rather just went through with my brush pen and just did a letter for the headers because I thought that would just be easier for me. And then I'm going through and just kind of quickly writing in the numbers. I wanted to keep it super simple because I wanted to add more of that artwork on the corner, and I don't want to have it be too busy. So I feel like this way I can focus on the art and have that really be the standout piece of the page, and kind of go from there. And I was kind of debating whether or not I wanted to use color in this, just because it is a lot of black and white, but I don't know, something about it being in black and white just kind of made me feel calmer and didn't feel like it was overly busy. So I was kind of happy with how it came out, and I was just I was feeling it. But like I said, I did kind of add a little bit of color later on, so you'll see kind of what I do there. And right now I'm just kind of adding like little detail work with my pen, and I'm using my Fudenosuke pen for just like a little bit of accents. And then here I thought would be a really good place to put a quote. And I just wanted to write, "There's no place like home," just because I want to kind of take a moment to kind of remind myself that like home is where the heart is, you know, and I really love this quote. It makes me really happy. So I thought that'd be a perfect little quote to put in the corner. And that was basically kind of my whole monthly spread. Excuse all the pencil shavings. That's kind of like, or the eraser shavings. That's a lot. So next what we're doing is we're going into my habit tracker. I haven't done a habit tracker like this in a while, and you'll see kind of the setup that I did. It's something that I used to do when I originally started bullet journaling, but I since have changed my habit trackers significantly. But I thought it would be fun to kind of go back to my original style, and that's basically to create like monthly boxes for each specific tracker. And so this has the 30 days in it, 30-day boxes, and each one stands for a different thing that I'm tracking. And so I'm just going to go in through the month and shade them in as I go. And they're not numbered or anything, so rather than, you know, having to have weird blank spots where I skip days if I miss to, you know, if I forget to fill it in, I'm just going to have it kind of fill up as it goes and see how full it ends up being. And I might use colors for that just to make it pop a bit. And then I went on to my mood tracker, which again, I also haven't done a mood tracker in a while, but I really love doing it because this is kind of my chance to be creative. So I wanted to kind of use these like paisley style leaves to be the mood tracker bits. So those are kind of just all over the page. There's 30 of them for the month of November, and in the bottom I'm just putting like a quick little key. I didn't want to make it too complicated like I had done in the past, so I'm just doing like happy, neutral, and sad, and kind of just going from there so I can gauge, you know, what colors I'm going to be doing for the month. And I think it'll look really pretty when it's all filled in to have like this color scheme of little leaves throughout. And then now we're on to the first weekly spread. And this is also a style of spread that I have not done in a while. And I wanted to keep the boxes large enough to where I can put stuff in them, but I didn't want it to be like a full 2-page spread, because I've noticed lately that my to-do lists and my waiting on lists have been kind of taking over what I've been putting in my journal. So I thought that that would be nice to just kind of dedicate a whole page to that, so that way it doesn't look too messy or too cluttered. And if you've never done a waiting on list, and that's basically what I use for anytime I like order a package and I'm waiting on it, or if there's like someone that I emailed or called and I'm waiting for them to respond to me, I put that on my waiting on, so that way I can always like follow up. It also really does help with packages, because I feel like sometimes I'll order something and I'll forget that I ordered it, and then it's not here yet, and it just kind of slips through the cracks. So it's nice to have that, I think. And so that's kind of, those are the two main things that I like to keep track of every week. And so it's nice to just have a place for it to fall on. And so now I thought, you know, I would add a little bit of color. And so this is kind of what I'm using to accent my days of the week, and also the headers for to do and waiting on. And then I just went through and I just hand wrote with my fine pen, my gel pen, the days of the week and the the dates. And I really like how it came out. Very, very simple, and it lets the artwork stand out. And then I just added a little bit of color here on top, not much, and then just accents here on the header page. So I really like how it came out. I hope you guys like this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next month.